What's up, everybody? Hopefully you can hear me over the wind because I have my visor up because it's nighttime. And let's put it down. Let's see if I can see. So I want to make this video to let everybody know why I don't have any videos on my page anymore. And that is because YouTube is giving up the information to your videos to the police department if they want it. So if you have any speeding or any reckless driving or anything, you take a chance of, catching charges off of your prior videos. And somebody like me, I'm not going to say I speed fast or not, but I probably don't always go to speed limit. I'm a single father, so I can't really afford to take a chance. So I deleted my videos and figured I'd just start over fresh. Eventually, I'll get a hold of all the old videos and do some editing, do some checking to make sure that I wasn't speeding in some of them and all that nonsense. But for now, I'm just going to go with no videos on my page until, this one. So this will be the first one on the Tiger on my page. So if you're watching this for the first time, I used to have a lot of videos. So what happened is Florida changed a bunch of rules about speeding. We have a lot of new laws going in place, and they're taking it very serious. And I know some of them are minor infractions or not, but I'll go over a couple things that just changed recently. So we have a 100-mile-an-hour plus law that if you're doing 100 mile an hour or more or 50 over the speed limit, it is now a felony. They will arrest you. You will get a $500 fine. And your vehicle will be impounded, and I think it's like 30 days in jail minimum. The second time, I think it goes up to 6 months in jail. It can go up to 6 months in jail and a $1,000 fine. So, and then of course, your vehicle impounded. They say they're doing it for, public safety, stop speeding. They're also posting more people out, more cops out to look for speeders, especially ones on motorcycles. So that with YouTube also turning, a bunch of YouTubers in for, their videos, it's kind of a, you gotta be super careful. And it's hard to not speed on a motorcycle. It really is. You don't realize how fast you're going half the time, and, you're just riding and cruising and enjoying being out. And, next thing you know, you're speeding, and that's not, you take a chance of getting a ticket. I personally have just got a ticket cleared up from my car, not from my motorcycle, but yeah, I'm not going to take any chances. So if you're looking for high-speed videos and stuff like that, this isn't really going to be the channel, because I am a family guy that most of the time I have a child on the back of the bike with me. Right now, I'm going to go pick a girl up and take her for a ride because it's beautiful out. So trying to get out a little bit and, make a little video and let you guys know what's going on and what happened to my channel and why I'm driving the way I am. So if you live in the state of Florida and you're a moto vlogger or you're just a rider, be careful, because, that's a felony going on your record is a big deal. I mean, you may be able to afford the fine, but can you afford to have a felony is the question you really need to ask yourself. And that's how I'm looking at it, is I really can't afford the fine or a felony, in all honesty. So I'm trying to do the best I can. And if I was making money off my channel and it was I had a bunch of subscribers and a big following, I probably wouldn't have deleted the channel. But right now, I can't take a chance of it just costing me money. So yeah, if you live in Florida, be careful, keep it under 100. And if you're, law enforcement, I hope that if you ride in your law enforcement, you understand. That's the only thing I can ask for is, be fair to the people that you pull over. If you're going to pull them over for something that you do, think about it the same way as when you're doing it. Because I know a lot of people who ride here. Some of them are law enforcement. We got firefighters. We got all kinds of people who ride out here. You know, and I know that they understand it's not the easiest thing in the world to do the speed limit. And honestly, if they told me I never speed, I wouldn't even believe it anyway, no offense. You know what I mean? You ride a motorcycle, you speed. Somebody saying I never speed on a motorcycle is just, you know, it's silly sounding, like, in my eyes. I'm not going to believe that, like, for a minute. You might not want to speed or try to speed, but you probably are speeding. I just realized I have my cell phone in my pocket, and I do not like doing that. So, well, let's see if I can, get no cars behind me for a second. And just do a quick stop right here on the side of the road and try not to get hit because it's dark. This isn't a very, oh, of course. Of course. And I was about to say it's not a very traveled road, but right when I say that, a car comes. I'm gonna turn off right here for a second. Watch them be going the same place as me. That would just be ridiculous. Alright, they're gone. Alright. Now let's go ahead and get my phone not in my pocket. Because that's probably not a good idea. Yeah. There we go. Wow, I never ever see cars. I mean, look at this road. It's like pitch black. There's barely ever cars on this, even during the day. But yeah, back to what I was saying before, you know. Things got all crazy. Yeah, it's going to make it hard for, you know, people to make content unless, you know, they're going to run. And which is my paranoia on this whole new law of the felony, is I have talked to a couple riders, and I've heard a couple riders post about it, and honestly, a lot of people are saying that, you know, if they're going that fast and they're already going to get a felony, they're just going to flee. And that's where on the public safety aspect, I don't feel like it's going to do a service to the community, because now you're going to have cops chasing people on motorcycles more in the state of Florida, which I don't feel we have an issue with really compared to a lot of states, you know, where people run a lot more and they have no tags on their bikes, and that's not really that big here in the state of Florida. Everybody's pretty good about it, but, you know, if they're going to get a felony, they're probably going to flee, and that's multiple people I've, you know, talked to are like, no, if I'm out riding, I'm trying to have fun, and I'm speeding, just not going to stop. And I'm like that, you know, which is, you know, definitely not safe. Wow, this guy's literally going the exact same place as me. But yeah, so I wanted to get a video out here and, you know, let you guys know what happened to my channel, give some heads up on this new law, you know, let my fellow riders, you know, be warned what's going on. I watched a video where somebody got pulled over doing 100 plus 3 minutes after the law passed. It's on YouTube. And they got hit with a felony 3 minutes after the law passed. Which is, you know, to me, that's a little ridiculous, you know what I mean? Like, how are they supposed to know? I mean, I guess you shouldn't be doing that speed, I get that. And a lot of people will be like, well, they shouldn't have been speeding like that. But it is what it is, you know. I will never say that. I mean, I live in, you know, Central Florida, and our sheriff is pretty popular. He's all over the internet for the fact that he just don't play around, which is, you know, a big deal. But also, we do have some pretty cool cops around here too that, you know, are pretty understanding. I actually got caught speeding trying to get away from traffic because I was in a pack of cars, got pulled over on my motorcycle, and he asked me why I was speeding. I said, well, I'm just trying to get, you know, out of that pack of cars because I don't feel safe. And he was like, I understand, I ride. And no warning, no nothing else, just we had a conversation about my motorcycle and about what he rode. And then I went about my day because he understood that he doesn't want to ride in a pack of cars either, especially when there's two people beside me on cell phones. So he totally got it. I was like, look, I'm just trying to break away from the pack. I don't like riding in the pack, especially when people use their cell phones when driving. I don't know if people are going to veer over on me. And he was like, I get it, I ride. No, like, keep it, don't speed, no, nothing, just, yeah, I understand. Which was really, really cool. So I'm never going to say that we don't have, some cops that are super, super understanding. And like I said, a lot of the police department around here, they all ride. So hopefully things won't be so crazy here, but still, that's a serious law. A felony is pretty big deal. So, but yeah, if you're new to my channel, I'm Tiger. This is my channel. I ride a Tiger 660 Sport. If you're wondering about my name is Tiger because my nickname is Gur. And even though this bike is not a Thai bike, it is actually assembled in Thailand, and it's a Tiger, so it made sense. So that's how I got my name. I do a lot of riding with passengers. I do some nighttime rides like this, a bunch of vlogging, a bunch of reviews, which I will remake the review video on this bike, or try to edit the original one so that you can still see the original one where, when I first got the bike before it was in its break-in period, or while it was still in the break-in period. But if not, I'll do a full review on the bike again. There's a lot of them out there. I try to do them a little differently than everybody else. Give you, an acceleration, brakes, an actual video of it, not just me telling you about it. Like, so you can actually see it, a little bit of cornering. Can't do top speed. Not worth it anymore. Maybe I can find like a closed road, or talk to somebody about maybe doing it on like a track or something and get a top speed video back out. But I can always tell you, what I found is the top speed and what I've heard, this and that. But yeah, hopefully everybody's having a good night. It's 11 o'clock here. I'm gonna go pick this girl up and give her a ride. Let her cruise around and, enjoy being out in this beautiful weather. It's been raining a lot, so I haven't got the ride. So this is like my first ride in like a week, and I have been itching. Like, people say, yeah, you live in Florida, you can ride year round. Yeah, we get a lot of rain. So if you don't want to ride in the rain, it can be perfectly sunny, and then all of a sudden you ride in the rain. In 5 seconds, you're rode right back out of the rain. But you do definitely ride in the rain. And if you live in Florida, ooh, that looked like a chain to a bike. But yeah, this is just me, getting at you guys. And, all my people who used to follow me, please don't leave me. I will put out some videos and try to get things back up and going. I appreciate you sticking around. If you do, and all the new people, welcome to my channel. Like always, please like and subscribe. If you want to see more content about this, or anything, just hit me up in the comments. Let me know how you feel about the law. Let me know if you think that making it a felony will cause more people to flee. That's my main question. I want to know how other people feel. And I have been asking bike riders and asking them, hey, now that it's a felony, are you going to stop or are you going to flee? And, I told you I've gotten, a couple people saying, I'll never run from cops. And a couple people saying at that point, I might as well take my chances. So let me know how you feel about the law. And if you think it's going to be, worse because people are going to run, or if you think it's better for the community, or if you think speeders are assholes, just let me know. I mean, tell me in the comments. And I'll try to get back at you. Like I said, I will never condone any kind of criminal activity. But, you know, I am human, and I try to have a good time and enjoy riding my bike and make this channel for everybody. So I'll see you in the next video. Peace out.